Hello everyone!
Hello.
So for today we do have the following Aquarellfarben, as we German people say. Watercolor as the rest of the world says.
Yes. So this is watercolor paints made by Crelando, which is bought at Lidl. And as you can see, you get 24 actually very nice shades.
Oh, that looks actually very nice. I've never worked with watercolor right out of a tube. I only know these cakes.
These, I will say, using them is actually very similar to using
Gouache.
paint.
Well, I mean, it makes kind of sense. I mean, this is like watercolor.
Yes.
And you can use it out of a tube, which I assume will also work without adding water. And this is, well, paint you use out of a tube, and you can add water to blend and whatnot.
Yes.
So, in my head at least, they seem similar. Siblings, maybe?
I think so too. It's like they are very similar to work with. I am also pretty new to watercolor in tubes. So, by all means, the stuff I do is probably wrong. So I do also have these here, which are also watercolor in tubes, but I have not used these yet. So I'm just having them here just to show the fact that I have done swatches between the Crelando and the Primo, because I mean these we've already covered.
Yes, we had these in another video. I mean, they are very nice colors. Sometimes they are like a little bit frustrating to work with, especially if you have to mix them.
Yeah, these don't really mix well.
Well, that might also be a technique thing. Maybe we are just not like doing everything like it's meant to be, but it's let's say it's not too beginner friendly, but it's still very nice.
Yes. So I do have a swatch sheet, which is between the Crelando and the Primo, just because watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how they stand. This is the Primo and this is the Crelando.
That's interesting.
It is very interesting.
I mean, I'm just grabbing like one of my brushes here that I have on the side. If you see here, these seem to be more on the matte side, while these, at least to the naked eye, they are pretty vibrant.
They're very vibrant.
However, you can also see here they are very streaky.
They're very streaky but vibrant. But
you didn't, just from my understanding, you didn't add water here, did you?
No water whatsoever.
Okay.
It's basically like the last time you sampled acrylic paints, is exactly how I did these.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, however, while yeah, I kind of prefer the vibrancy of these, and I kind of prefer the consistency and the coverage of those.
Mm-hmm.
I must say I like the black a little better here, just because like it's like a very good cover, while here it's darker, but it's kind of like you can see here, it's very streaky.
It's very streaky. So okay, these I have not done a painting with, so I'm removing them now. I just wanted to talk about how these Crelando ones are very matte and have great coverage. I mean, this is in the undiluted form, just straight on the paper and colored with. And obviously that's not every color swatch, because there's 24 here and there was 12 in the Primo set. So I have done paintings again. And I know that this is not really a common thing to do. I used gouache on a canvas and I used watercolor paints on a canvas.
To my understanding, you can totally do this. I mean, whatever, it's just like a basic medium.
Yeah, it's just like a basic medium. So, just moving this.
I'm just taking this off here.
So, I have this one.
Oh, it's another llama.
I wanted to do another one with sunglasses and I decided to do a sheep.
And a sheep with a bow tie. Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah. So, this one here is the Crelando watercolor paints and this one here is the gouache.
It's interesting. I mean, both seem to work really nicely.
Yes.
Also for the fact that you did it on canvas. I mean, I've ever seen people do watercolors on paper or in sketchbooks, but At least these seem to work well on these canvases. What's the plural of canvas? I have no idea.
Canvases.
Canvases?
Yeah, it doesn't sound right, but it's canvases.
It's weird. But in any case, it looks actually amazing. I like those. And they will make like a nice addition to our wall next to the ones that we did in another video.
Yeah, the ones that we had in the other video we did with paints are these two here.
Oh, now we have a painting of Nikki. Now you need to do another one of Lucy.
I need to do a Lucy one. I don't know. I should have done a Lucy one for one of these, but I don't know. I wanted to do a sheep in another one of these.
Well, there's always like a third chance.
There's always a third chance, exactly. So yeah, I will say that I actually preferred working with the watercolor and the gouache as opposed to the acrylics. For some reason, just the way they blend, the way they feel on the canvas, the way they cover the canvas, it just feels so nice and satisfying, and it's easier to fix your mistakes because, I mean, you literally add some water and you can blend it. The
problem with acrylic paints, to deviate from the watercolors a little bit here, is that they dry very fast. That's, on one side, it's a good thing, because if you just want to let it dry and then do other things there, you do not have to wait ages and ages. Unlike, let's say, for example, oil paint, where you can still scrape off the paint after ages and it's still like wet underneath.
Yeah.
On the other side, it can also be very much of a pain if you just want to blend something afterwards. And then, well, obviously, you just can't easily, if not at all. Which, with gouaches and watercolors, you just need to wet it a little bit. Obviously not too much, but and you need to be a little careful not to start mixing mud.
Yep.
But you can always do it.
Yeah, you can always do it. This one here with the gouache, because I use the cheaper gouache, it has that problem that I pointed out to those particular paints. If you hold this at certain angles, certain colors give off a shine, which is something that gouache is not supposed to do. So I'm not so sure what is up with that.
And it's not the canvas that we applied it on. We had the same thing with mixed media paper, different sheets. This is just the nature of the paints. I'm not sure. It's probably something that's being used in the process of making them.
Yeah, possibly, because this paint even used on watercolor paper, mixed media paper, no matter what you put it on, you get this abnormal sheen coming through on certain shades, but it's not even consistent. It's
which...
like there where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I'm seeing it also
reflecting.
here from my point. This is not something you have with, let's say, for example, the Arteza paints that we also have. If you are curious, we did another video. Can link it somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, they behave differently. They just dry matte mostly, and it's not like this where it's very uneven. I mean, it's not bad. Let's not make it worse than it is. It's still a nice painting. I still look very forward to have it against the wall and look at it every day. But if you are paying attention and you look out for it, it's there.
It's there.
While on this one, it's like more even. The watercolors just like watercolors, really.
Yes. So I probably would have got a similar effect to this one if I used the Arteza paints instead of the other gouache that we have. But I wanted to give the Crelando paints a fair chance because they were so cheap. I mean, I think they cost like €5 for 24 tubes.
Which is nothing, really.
Which is nothing. And the paints, as you can see, are fantastic. I really do like these.
I mean, that being said, we do not know how light fast they are. This will show over the months and years. But, I mean, for something that you do like this, for fun, it's absolutely great.
So yeah, and again, I have the question, do people want to see speed paints of how these are done?
Well, I do.
Then I will film the next time I do, because I'm never sure if I should or not, because, well...
Maybe you can do a painting of Cat Lucy and film that.
Well, I could. Maybe I could do it with these watercolors here, maybe. We'll see. And then we'll have a third one to put against these.
Yes, the more the better. We have a lot of wall and we still need some stuff to hang against it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for today.
yeah, that's it for today. If you liked this, please don't forget to leave us a like, because it always feels a little bit like begging, but it helps us with the YouTube algorithms to make our videos like a little bit more recommended, so that other people can maybe discover them in the flood of stuff that is being put out every day.
Yeah.
Don't forget to leave us a comment if you have anything to say, if you have like hints, tips, what we can do, what we can do better, or if you have suggestions.
Yes. And if you have ever used watercolor on a canvas, I'd like to hear your experience with it.
Absolutely. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a nice week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, I cut those gaps out.